was the final episode of Glee, and I got a call, and they said, okay, this is Rachel's last song. What do you want it to be? And it was so hard for me to decide. There was actually a lot of pressure.
Was it the last song for you or the last song for the Glee Club?
It was the last song for me that they asked me what I wanted to sing.
You had some amazing suggestions for the last song that the Glee Club would sing.
Well, the last song that the Glee Club was going to use for their competition, I had some ideas. One was this next song. I'm not sure if you guys know this song. Can you sing with me, Darren? It's gonna take me long to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men no more would ever do.
That was, I screwed that up. I think the first one you wanted was those all feel really good. Teenage Wasteland makes sense, but I will say in that first one, because I was listening to that Toto song, and I was like, man, what a great song, and I was like, I don't know if after like 6 seasons of all the ups and downs that the Glee Club has gone through and all the time that the audience has invested that we leave them on a show about Africa. It has the same thematic
I had good
through
intentions.
line.
I had great, you know.
Yeah, those are cool songs.
But I guess maybe my song picking wasn't very good, and with Rachel's last song,
yes, back to Rachel's song.
I could barely, I really couldn't, you know, think of what would be right, and luckily Darren called me, and he said, listen, I wrote this song, and I think it would be really great for Rachel's last song, so take a listen. If you don't like it, it's fine, I'll just give it to Demi Lovato, and luckily he did not. And I listened to it, and it was so amazing. And Darren is such an incredible songwriter, and he did the impossible by somehow putting into words what that whole experience was like for me. And it was such a special moment, not just for me, but also for Darren and I. And I remember filming that day. I remember Darren coming to watch me perform, and he was in the audience, and he comes up to the stage, and he was like, Leah, like, this is such a special moment, and you're doing so great. And I was like, I love you so much, Darren. You're my best friend, just bawling. And but I just love this song so much, and I'm so grateful that Darren wrote it.
Well, thank you for doing it. I appreciate it. I always wanted to write for Leah and Michele. I've always been a huge fan, even before the show. So being on this tour even has been such a joy for me.
Me too.
And I'm so grateful for Leah for doing that and sharing your light with not only all these people here, but with me personally. So you're really an angel to be around and to play music for, and to play my own music selfishly. So I'm gonna last thing I'll say about this tune is that it's really less about directly the characters on the show and about our personal experiences as actors, but also about all of you guys who were so part of making not only that show, but this tour and our careers. So we are so obscenely grateful for your guys' support. There's new folks who are getting into Glee for the first time because it's streaming now, and there's people that have stuck with it after all these years. So thank you guys. You are very much a part of the Glee Club. If ever we were, you guys are too. So this song is a love note to all of you. Thank you for being here tonight, guys.
And Darren's gonna sing it with me.
You got it.
These walls and all these picture frames, every name they show. These halls I've walked 1,000 times, heartbreaks and valentines, friends of mine, oh no.
Look at everything I was and everything I've ever loved, and I can see how much I've grown.
Though the mirror doesn't see it, it's clear to me, I feel it. I can make it on my own.
I'm not afraid of moving on and letting go.
It's just so hard to say goodbye to what I know. I know this sun.